Who is the funniest Maverick from every Mega Man X game, X through X8?
Starting off with Mega Man X1, we have several Mavericks that can be considered kind of funny. Launch Octopus, for example, apparently spells his weapon wrong. Now, I don't know how to read, so I cannot confirm this on my own, but this comment right here claims that he does, so honestly, even if this commenter is wrong, I feel like this is now a funny situation. Sting Chameleon, on the other hand, is not funny at all. I mean, he just isn't. Storm Eagle seems like he wouldn't be funny, but then you remember the fact that he barfs up birds in his fight, and you realize that's actually right. He's not funny, he's just gross. Now, Flame Mammoth is not funny to me, but in my videos on the weakest and the strongest Mavericks, I brought up how dangerous fire can be and showed you guys that clip of the Minecraft streamer. You know, the one who burned his house down. And again, to me, this is not funny. I don't know why you guys keep laughing about it, but you guys do laugh about it. I actually hear you laughing right now. Stop. It's disrespectful. Anyway, Flame Mammoth is not funny because it's my video, and I think you guys are very rude and disrespectful for laughing at this Minecraft streamer, no matter how unrelated. Boomer Kawanger is funny because Power Guy made that joke about him being a boomer, and if you didn't know that, go check out Power Guy's video and tell him I said hi. But other than that, Boomer Kawanger is not that funny. It's just Power Guy did a lot of heavy lifting. You know Power Guy. Spark Mandrill is pretty funny because you can do that thing to him, you know, Spark Mandrill Syndrome, the disease. But the funniest Maverick has got to be Chill Penguin. I mean, first of all, look at this guy. This is the same type of smile your friend gives you before saying something completely outrageous. I don't even have good reasoning as to why he's the funniest. I just feel like he is. Like, if I met Chill Penguin in real life, I'd probably just start giggling or at least smiling because he feels like he's about to say something funny with that look on his face. Plus, he slides around on his belly and throws rocks at you. I feel like that's funny. And if you disagree, you're smelly and you're terrible at Mega Man. Unless you're subscribed, of course, in which case you're great at Mega Man and you smell really good. Either way, Chill Penguin is the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X1. Also, I failed to mention Armored Armadillo because he's not funny, he's cute. Maybe it's a little funny that he bounces around the stage like a moron, but he's cute, he's not funny. Come on, Chill Penguin is the funniest. Mega Man X2 has some more Mavericks for us to laugh at, starting with Wire Sponge. I mean, we all know Wire Sponge is funny, right? His name is Wire Sponge. Well, I think it's a bit overplayed, so I'm not gonna say he's the funniest just out of principle. Flame Stag, on the other hand, just isn't funny. Though yes, he does have fire, don't laugh at the streamer, etc. Overdrive Ostrich looks pretty funny to me, like why is bro built like that? He also makes that funny squawking sound, you know, he makes, he's like, Wah! I don't know, you know, he how's he do it?
Oh, no, never make that sound again. Never, ever make that sound again.
Bubble Crab is pretty funny though because he plays with bubbles. I mean, I guess that's not too funny, but he's at least funny looking. Morph Moth is also kind of funny, like he's not hilarious or anything, but he does drug Mega Man X against his will, which actually that's not funny at all, that's horrible. I think we should kill this Morph Moth guy, he's giving a bad name to butterflies everywhere. Magnus Centipede though, once again, is not funny. I mean, it's a little funny to harass him and rip off his tail or whatever, but this guy takes things way too seriously. Also, he doesn't even have 100 legs, so I don't know why he insists on being called a centipede. Wheel Gator makes me laugh, but I don't know if it's because he's funny or because I'm stupid. I feel like his facial expression makes him look like one of those dumb dogs you see every now and then. You know the ones. And him jumping out of the water to get you also feels like something a dog would do, and his wheels kind of look like frisbees. Okay, maybe Wheel Gator is a little bit funny since he's apparently just a dog pretending to be a crocodile, but he's surely no Triumph the Insult comic dog, and that's for sure. The funniest Maverick from this game is obviously going to be Crystal Snail though. I mean, we all saw this coming, right? I do hate this guy, as my subscribers know, but bullying him and kicking around his shell for as long as you feel like is really funny. If he wasn't such a jerk, I might feel bad, but he is a jerk, and I hate him. So congratulations, Crystal Snail, you are the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X2. Mega Man X3 actually has a dangerous deficit when it comes to funny Mavericks. I mean, look at these guys. Toxic Seahorse? Yeah, he's weird, but he's not funny. Tunnel Rhino? This guy looks like a dollar store toy that my grandma would have given me back in the day. Gravity Beetle? I mean, it's kind of funny the way he slowly jumps around during the fights, but we're really grasping at straws here. Neon Tiger, he's cool, he's not funny. Well, okay. I guess he kind of looks like Garfield, and Garfield is hilarious, but that is a huge stretch. I'm not going to compare Neon Tiger to Garfield, at least not any further. Blast Hornet, though, this guy's just a bee. I hate bees, they're mean and they bite. Blizzard Buffalo, the only thing funny about this guy is that he somehow learned how to use the Kamehameha from Naruto, but that's not funny, that's just like an interesting factoid, I think. Honestly, I don't know what that that is. Crush Crawfish is a little bit funny, I guess. I mean, he's funny looking with that weird face and those big old claws. He has funny attacks because he grabs and tickles Mega Man X. I mean, Mega Man X doesn't think he's funny, according to his face, but I feel like objectively, from an outside perspective, it is at least a little bit funny. But the only Maverick with any semblance of humor is Volt Catfish. And Volt Catfish isn't even that funny. Like, yeah, Volt Catfish looks funny. In fact, this dude looks so funny, he somehow won both the prettiest and ugliest Maverick award, which is pretty funny if I say so myself. And you can only do that if you're funny looking. Plus, he flops around like a fish all the time, which makes sense on account of him being a catfish. And overall, he just does things that tend to make me laugh a little bit. Again though, he's not super funny, like don't get it twisted, but he is definitely the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X3. Mega Man X4 continues to keep their Mavericks unfunny. What's going on here, Capcom? I like it when Mavericks are funny. They don't all have to be cool. I mean, yeah, it's nice when some of them are cool, like Magma Dragoon. He's super dope, but I think there is a place for having cool Mavericks, but we need some that are just straight up funny and nothing else. Well, okay, it is a little bit funny that he has fight moves from Waku Waku 7, but he's way cooler than he is funny. We can all agree there. The same goes for Slash Beast, except this guy is actually both less cool and less funny. Cyber Peacock is a femboy, which is pretty cool. It's not funny though, I don't know what's funny about that. Web Spider is just straight up a spider, which I hate. Spiders freak me out, so maybe it's a little bit funny to see someone else get scared by a spider, but I don't think that makes Web Spider specifically funny, right? That's not how that works. Frost Walrus is a big walrus. He reminds me of Big Chungus a little bit, and Big Chungus is super funny, but Frost Walrus is not Big Chungus. I know Big Chungus, I've met Big Chungus, and you, Frost Walrus, are certainly no Big Chungus. Jet Stingray is a little bit funny because he can fly even though he's a fish. Fish don't fly, so that's kind of funny, I guess. This only leaves Storm Owl, who is a nerd, and Split Mushroom. Now, let's be real, neither of these guys are that funny in general, but they're both funny looking, and that's the best we're gonna get out of this game. Storm Owl just feels like Storm Eagle's little brother, and that concept in itself is pretty funny. Now, I don't know if that's canon because I can't read, but Split Mushroom is funny because he runs around like a goofball and makes these weird little noises every time he jumps. I feel like that's kind of funny, but which is funnier? My head canon that Storm Owl is Storm Eagle's lame little brother, or a walking mushroom that makes little noises every time he jumps? Honestly, I've got to give it a Split Mushroom. I was thinking about picking Storm Owl, but after describing Split Mushroom like that out loud, I changed my mind. So congratulations, Split Mushroom, you are the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X4. With the first half of the Mavericks taken care of, let's just all get together and hope that these next Mavericks are a little bit funnier because, let's be honest, there hasn't really been much as far as the comedy department is concerned.
You're not much of a comedy department yourself.
What?
I'm saying you're not funny.
I don't like you. Mega Man X5 is arguably the worst Mega Man X game ever made and probably my least favorite one. I don't know for sure, and neither will you guys until I eventually make a video straight up ranking every Mega Man X game, so subscribe if you want to see that. But sadly, once again, we just don't have any funny Mavericks, like at all. But I'll still quickly go over them just to prove it. Grizzly Slash is the Temu version of Slash Beast from Mega Man X4. I guess that's a little funny in concept, but not funny enough. Squid Adler is just stupid. I hate him, I hate his stage, I hate how he looks, I hate how he talks, I hate his foot stance. The Skyver has a funny name, but all the names in this game are controversial due to the whole Guns N' Roses localization debacle, but that topic deserves a video on its own, so leave a comment down below if you want to see that. Axel the Red is also just not funny. I mean, there's nothing funny about this guy, except for maybe how weak he is, but that's not funny, that's just sad. Dark Necrobat is a vampire. He is dressed like Dr. Mindbender, specifically from G.I. Joe Valor vs. Venom with the white lab coat and everything, but that did not exist when this game was released, so now I am once again sad. Which is normal for Mega Man X5, I suppose. Burn Dino Rex is once again just a Temu version of another Maverick, this time being Magma Dragoon, of course. And Burn Dino Rex doesn't even have any fighting moves from Waku Waku 7, so again, I'm just sad. Izzy Glow is a firefly that shoots a laser. I don't even know what to say about him, he's just not funny. Which only leaves Duff McWhalen. This guy is the only Maverick with even a smithereen of comedy. First of all, this name is a little bit funny, McWhalen, because he's a whale. Also, he has those green things on his forehead, which everyone thinks are his eyes, even though his eyes are right there, you can see them, which is a little bit funny, I guess. It's mostly just funny that everyone, myself included, thought that his eyes were the green things at one point or another. I mean, just look at his concept art. Look at how tiny those eyes are. This has got to be a prank pulled by someone at Capcom, and you know what? That's actually kind of funny. So congratulations, Duff McWhalen, you are the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X5. Mega Man X6 is a very overhated game, especially when you consider the fact that it brings back funny Mavericks. I mean, not all of them are funny, but some of them certainly are. Commander Yamark is a great great example. He doesn't seem funny at all. In fact, he looks very cool. But then you see his boss fight, and it's hard not to laugh. Blaze Heatnix is a similar case. Well, actually not at all. He just looks funny because he's a chicken. Rainy Turtleoid is just big. He's not funny, to be honest. He's just big. That's what he is. He's big. Infinity Maginian is more annoying than funny, but he'd still be funnier than the majority of Mavericks from the last few games just on account of how he looks. Metal Shark Player has the most ridiculous name of all time. And also, he's made out of trash. I mean, like, his stage is literally a dumpster and Metal Shark Player dumpster dives. That's funny. Just like Tales of Taylor.
No, I'm not.
Blizzard Wolfang is even funny. He seems like he'd be too cool to be funny until you see his boss fights, and well, again, it's hard not to laugh. Plus, he's just a dog. He's on all fours and everything. That's hilarious. Ground Scarvage is disgusting because he plays with his own poop. But also, that is pretty funny when you think about it. I mean, think about it. Seriously, think about it. Imagine. This Maverick is designed to play with his own poop. That's his purpose. A robot. And that's how he planned on killing Mega Man X. That's really funny. I gotta admit, you might be disgusting, Ground Scarvage, but you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Shield Sheldon is even funnier though. Like, come on. Bro is named Sheldon and he uses shells for defense. That's a double whammy right there. But if that wasn't enough, he looks like a Muppet. I feel like I've seen this guy on Fraggle Rock before. I think it's mainly the name that's funny to me, but either way, despite Ground Scarvage being a very close second, Shield Sheldon is officially the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X6. Mega Man X7, despite its many flaws, manages to have many funny Mavericks. Take Wind Crowang for instance. This is just Storm Eagle going through a phase. I don't know how many times I've called Wind Crowang Goth Storm Eagle, but it never gets old. Snipe Anteater is funny looking, but that's about it. Soldier Stone Kong is a monkey, and monkeys are funny. That's just a well-known fact of life. Splash Warfly looks like a snitch, and not the kind from Harry Potter. And while I don't think I'd find this guy funny in real life, the fact that he looks like that in such an uncanny manner is funny to me. Tornado Tunyon is literally an onion, and I feel like that's funny. Bro is literally an onion.
Oh, you like onions?
Ride Borsky is a motorcycle. In fact, he's actually an enemy in Mega Man X2. I don't know what he did to be promoted to a Maverick in Mega Man X7. Maybe Mega Man X7 was just desperate for recruits, I don't know. But that just makes him even more funny. Vanishing Gungaroo is also pretty funny because he's just a little guy that hops around, but he also literally needs a mech to fight you, and wow, that's kind of cool, I guess. It's mostly just funny to me at least, but the funniest Maverick has got to go to Flame Hyenard.
Boo! Boo!
Look, I know what you're thinking. Tooterp, Flame Hyenard is annoying, he's not funny. And you're half right, he's certainly annoying, but that's funny to me. Not when I'm playing by myself, of course. I don't want to be annoyed by him when I'm alone. But when other people torture themselves by playing Mega Man X7 for whatever reason, and they get to this weirdo's fights, it's really funny to see them struggle to attempt to deal with this guy. Most people just yell or complain, but every time I see this guy, I can't help but laugh thinking about how many people he's trolled over the years just by speaking. Well, I mean, we know he does more than just speak, but you also know what I mean. So congratulations, Flame Hyenard, you are the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X7. Mega Man X8, I'm Mega Man X Hate. I'm just joking. This is actually my least played Mega Man X game ever, but maybe I'm lying. You won't know until I release my Mega Man X8 review, but that probably won't be for a while since I only just released my review on Mega Man 1. You know, Mega Man 1 for the NES, like classic Mega Man 1. You know. Anyway, there are plenty of funny Mavericks here, but there are also a few that are just straight up cool. Dark Manus, for example. This guy is just cool. Gigabolt Man-O-War, definitely just cool. Avalanche Yeti, cool name. Optic Sunflower is a sunflower. I mean, that's actually just really funny on its own. Like, dude, don't you have some pea shooters to power up or some zombies to fight off or whatever? Maybe a wandering samurai to help guy throughout an anime? I don't know. Anyway, Earthrock Trilobite is just weird. I guess it's a little bit funny how weird he is, but actually, no, I just don't like him. Burn Rooster is hilarious because if you use synonyms, his name is Flaming, well, you guys can figure that one out on your own. But to me, the funniest Maverick has got to be Gravity Antunyon. I mean, my goodness gracious, look at that badonkadonk. This is where Aunt Fanny from Robots got her inspiration from. Usually, having a big booty isn't the funniest thing ever, but in the context of being a Mega Man X8 Maverick, I think it's really funny. So congratulations, Gravity Antunyon, your enormous badonkadonk has won you the funniest Maverick from Mega Man X8 award.
Those were the funniest Mavericks from every Mega Man X game, X through X8. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a comment down below on what you think the funniest Tooterp video of all time is, and we'll talk about it.
That doesn't exist.
What?
There's no funny Tooterp videos.
None?
None.
What? Okay. Why do you insist on bothering me so much? Also, how do you teleport?